So let me be fair to Aaronis. Oh, okay, let me do the house cleaning. Please give this channel a chance, like and subscribe. Please give my other channels a chance as well, like and subscribe there. I've been a little missing in action, but don't worry, the content is there. It's been recorded. It just takes me a little time to edit. It will be coming for those other channels soon. Thank you. All right, so let us get right into it. Let me be fair to the Church of Aaronis, as I've lovingly called it. So, again, I have to skip around because I've got some things to do, but I will listen to the whole totality. But I did listen to some relevant sections where I don't quite understand what Aaron is up to in terms of his propaganda. I mean, I know the basic gist is that Nora bad, Aaron good. For those just coming in, Aaron, I think, needs no introduction. He's a big YouTuber, one of the biggest YouTubers, good or bad, who discusses Scientology, although his discussions, to put it mildly, lately have gotten more and more silly. Nora used to be a friend and ally. Now, a few weeks ago, it seemed that they were bearing the hatchet because there was a big split between them last year when Aaron very sneakily suggested that a lot of the content he put out through SPTV should start to become more positive. It was meant to be basically a sneak attack against Nora. And later, Aaron at first denied it was about Nora, but then he'd later, yes, he was targeting Nora. So Nora was outraged. She ended their friendship, and they've been going back and forth for months and months and months. But I will say this, and I listened to half of Nora's video, and believe me, I am very skeptical of what Nora's up to. I've tracked down a lot of her lying, her slanders, her insults. Don't trust Nora. She has lied about herself, lied about other people, lied about activists, and from what I hear behind the scenes is also very bossy and pushy. However, two things can be true. So generally speaking, both Nora and Aaron are pathological liars. They're grifters, and they will steal your money. They will tell you lies, and they will victimize you. They will. It's been documented. If you want names, put the question in the comment section. I will be happy to name some names. They're both generally very vicious. However, I would have to admit that Nora's video and interview with Marina was very excellent. In fact, it's probably one of the best interviews she's done. It's very, very high quality. There was one moment that was kind of weird and insulting to Marina, but I don't think Nora intended it. It was a little weird. So who is she? Well, Marina's someone that Kelli interviewed. And Kelli apparently is still very loyal to Aaron. And basically, Kelli has applied a copyright strike against one of Aaron's enemies. And the copyright question is that interview, right? It's just a small clip of the interview that Kelli did with Marina. And Marina just wanted to come forward saying, well, I think you're kind of distorting what happened. Because in that interview, she was praising Aaron as well as other protesters and activists. But now Kelli doesn't like those people. So magically, now she's doing a copyright strike. And Marina says, I don't think that's a good idea. Kelli was caught red-handed censoring Marina. And Nora proved it. Now, two things can be true. 90% of the time, Nora will lie to you. 90% of the time, Aaron will lie to you. However, sometimes they do give out good information. What does Aaronis do in response? He doesn't even address the question. In fact, and again, Marina clarified this. There is apparently another Marina who is very notorious. Now, I've never encountered this Marina, and I've tried to keep track of these channels. That Marina is a very vicious, toxic person also. That's not the Marina we're talking about. This is another Marina. So apparently I think Aaron got some bad information saying, oh, you're interviewing Marina. But he did correct himself a little bit saying, it's another Marina, it's not her. It's like, oh, okay, who's this? And by the way, Aaron's defending Kelli. Do you not watch her content? Did you not even watch the video? It's still up as far as I know. So it's like, that was just weird. What's the basic thrust of this video that he put out? I don't even know. He was trying to insult Nora by claiming she doesn't even know basic Scientology, that Nora was bragging that she's one of the youngest word clearers and did a very successful job. For those who don't know, a word clearer is basically this low-level propaganda job where, well, there's no nice way of putting it. You're basically trying to brainwash people, right? There's a normal meaning of words, and then there's a Scientology meaning, and you have to try to memorize the Scientology meaning. And the word clearer will basically try to keep enforcing that into your brain. So if you slip up and try to use the real meaning of a word, they'll say, no, that's not what Hubbard meant. You got to go back. We got to clear the words because you got to get the Scientology meaning in your head. And she did that for years and years, including the young children, by the way. And Nora's actually bragging about it. And Aaron is saying, no. Nobody cares about that in Scientology. So the statistic that Nora's promoting about herself, that I was one of the best word clearers. Aaron is challenging her on that. And you're thinking to yourself, well, this isn't even good propaganda, right? She's literally implicating herself in some very horrible activities, and Aaron's like denying it. She's like, no, I don't really believe it. I'm going to contest that. Why would you contest that? Isn't that for your own propaganda to discredit Nora? You should actually be helping her, right? You should be like, oh, yes, you are one of the youngest word clearers. You are really good at throwing the propaganda in little children's heads. But instead, he's trying to do the opposite. He's trying to discredit her work as a word clearer. So that was really weird. Another highlight is apparently John Travolta showed up. Now, I've looked closely at that footage. I can't tell. It may be John Travolta, maybe it's not. Why does that matter? I don't know, because Aaron's just putting up the sign of Tom Cruise. So I guess it'll be weird or interesting. Oh, we have John Travolta in the vicinity. Okay, I don't understand. And his defense of Kelli Copter was just strange. He was like, you know, Kelli Copter is just so sweet. She's the sweetest person in SBTV. Okay. Well, Aaron, you've had your foundation for what? Over a year now? Why don't you have her on the board? If Kelli Copter is such a nice, sweet person, why is she not on the board of the foundation? Or is she on the board but a secret member? I don't get it. Apparently, she's such a great, sweet, nice person, and I trust her completely. But not to be on the foundation. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Also, two things can be true, right? John Travolta, and again, I've studied this very thoroughly, he is one of the nicest people of all time. Like, almost no one has any bad stories about John Travolta. He's a nice guy, very sweet, very kind, very loving. There are almost zero instances of him being mean or stuck up or trying to use his position as a celebrity. Almost everyone who's worked with him has said, yeah, he's a really thoroughly nice guy. He's also part of a really evil fascist cult. So even if Kelli, and I don't know Kelli personally, so let's say Aaron's telling the truth. You know, Kelli, she's just so sweet. She's just such a sweet young lady. Okay. She could still be a vicious propagandist. That's what John Travolta does. He does vicious propaganda for the cult. I mean, that's the puzzle. If he's such a nice person, why is he hooked up with Scientology? That's a valid question. It's very puzzling how these good people could be part of such a really ugly, evil organization. But him being sweet in no way negates that he has contributed to a really awful organization. And he could be complicit with some pretty awful crimes. So what? That is not relevant. That's not a thing, stupid. So even if that were true, Kelly's so sweet. Okay, do you want me to find, because I could, case examples of really nice Nazis? These people do exist saying, yeah, these really nice guys. Yeah, he's just a nice, sweet guy. He's a Nazi. Yeah, but he's really nice and sweet. Right. And that's the individual psychology of the person. Okay. But listen, Nora proved it. This is not me speculating. She proved it. Marina testified to this. She tried several times to put comments on Kelly's page. It wasn't insulting, no curse words. She just asked simple questions saying, I think you're distorting what I said. And I don't think this is the right thing you're doing, Kelli. I thought you were full of integrity. Please correct yourself. And Kelly's like, no, not allowing the comment. But she did answer, well, why are you erasing the comment? Saying, well, I think she's lying. Okay. You could just leave the comment and add a fact correct. Instead, the comment will not be allowed. Because, well, she's so sweet and nice. We don't need to double check what Kelli Copter does. Oh, and by the way, this whole controversy, this is from 10 months ago. So nearly a year went by and Kelli Copter had no issue with the clip. No issue with the clip at all. Her channel somehow survived a whole year with this clip out there. And suddenly she's like, no, don't violate my copyright. Really? Almost for a whole year, you didn't care. Seems a little suspicious, don't you think? And when the person being interviewed is challenging you on what you're doing, it's like, no, I'm not going to allow that comment. What, is Kelli Copter really scared? Because, Marina's, 70. Are you scared of really old women? Or are you, ageist or something? What exactly is the... Oh, and by the way, in that interview, they're touching one another. They actually hug one another. They exchange phone numbers. Marina asks, you could call me. We can just discuss it. So this sweet, nice person Oh, yeah, very nice. Oh, very nice and sweet. Old women love to touch me. I love to touch them. Okay, yeah, very nice and sweet. But then you challenge her a little bit. It's like, no, you're lying about Kelli Copter and my copyrighted materials. Okay, doesn't seem sweet and nice to me. I mean, I don't know. If I used and exploited an old woman for an interview for money, because her videos are monetized, and that old woman said, I don't think that's what I said in that interview. I think you're distorting my words. I'd have the courage to let that person speak back and criticize. I guess I'm not nice and sweet like Aaron and Kelli. Well, there you go. It's just a whole mess. And apparently, again, this part I did not see, so I want to be fair to Aaron. Apparently, the lawsuit is back on. He's going to sue her again. Okay. Well, Aaron, I would forewarn you that is not a good idea because Nora's going to bring this issue in, and she has receipts, plenty of receipts, right? And it does seem like Marina is more than willing to testify and do an affidavit, and you're going to look like a complete silly clown, as will Kelli. But hey, it's your life. Keep discrediting yourself. So yeah, this is a complete clown show. I'm not even quite sure what the point is. I guess it says she's very nice and sweet. Yes, well, vicious evil cults can have sweet, nice people in them. Thank you. Thank you for the conceptual breakthrough. You've really completely radically changed cult studies, you moron. Anyway, another misadventure with the Church of Uranus. And there we are.